I don't even know how to start this video. Hey guys, so if you're new here, my name is Alex. I haven't uploaded in a while. I have some personal things going on. Besides all that, we are here today to review Undone Beauty. So I actually recently got an Instagram advertisement advertising Undone Beauty, and I have recently been interested in like more indie brands or less known brands, you know, like brands that aren't really carried in Ulta or Sephora. So I wanted to try them out, and I saw that their prices are like really good. That like, I think it was like $10 for the foundation. It may have been like $12 or $14, but for like a bronzing stick it was like $8. I mean, like in lip stuff, like $8. Really just good prices on complexion products. So I have a wide assortment of their products. And I love that they come, hold on, let me put all this stuff down. I just want to highlight their packaging. So they actually send all of their items individually wrapped in like these resealable packages. So each one has like a little dot saying what color or shade it is, and they're resealable and reusable. So I've actually been using them for other stuff, and even though it does have the brand's name and stuff all over it, I really don't care. I've been on some resale apps recently, so I've been using those for like packaging with stuff that can be spilled. I just appreciate that these are, it's not just plastic, it is like a resealable bag that you can use for whatever you want. I've been really into like recycling and reusing like packaging and stuff like that recently, so I can really appreciate that. I'm really excited about their individual product packaging. So you can see like it's like frosted plastic. You can see this is one of their eyeshadow palettes that I have been loving recently. Just like really minimal packaging. I'll go into the foundation packaging in a second, and I know I'm just rambling on, so we're gonna do like almost a full face of Undone Beauty, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts. I have been using some of these products for an extended period of time now, but some of them are brand new to me, so we'll swatch and I'll give my thoughts. So this is the 3-in-1 Conceal to Reveal Concealer Palette. It is very interesting. So you can see there are like 3 little pans in their pans. I do like how their packaging kind of makes everything run together, as you saw in the eyeshadow palette as well. But this is really cool because it gives you 3 different coverages of concealer, so you don't really have to like guess how much to apply. It's kind of like laid out right in front of you. So the bottom is the more full coverage concealer to cover blemishes and dark circles, and then you have more of like a dewy concealer here, and then you have like almost sheer. So if you just wanted to use this all over your face or to conceal redness, you have the sheerest amount of concealer on the top. So what I have been liking recently is like a more natural glowy finish with my makeup. So what I'm gonna do is just apply this concealer underneath my foundation and just dot it on some of the problem areas I've been having recently. And you know what, am I in focus? All right, so what I'm doing is just kind of like dabbing my finger. I don't like how unsanitary that is, but I'm just dabbing my finger on the pan and then dotting it where I want it on my skin, just in the general area, and spreading it around with my fingers. So I did make sure before I started this to wash my hands, just because with this line you may be touching your face a little bit more than you are used to. You can use brushes and sponges with this line, but I find that their products sit better on the skin when they are applied with hot fingers. I like to call them hot fingers. It just helps the makeup blend into your skin more beautifully. So as I mentioned before, I do like an initial application with the fingers, but I am going to go in with my It Cosmetics Love This the foundation brush and just start buffing. Like you're going to want to tap like you would with a sponge and just stipple to rub that in. And you can see I got pretty good coverage on my chin. And you might be saying like, oh, the concealer looks a little too light. Well, I am pretty pale. The initial concealer coverage that I'm getting, I really enjoy. I'm gonna go in with the Unfoundation Glow Tint, it's called. So I have 2 of these shades. I really want to shout out and commend Undone Beauty's customer service. On their individual product listings, they mention that if you're not satisfied, you get a full refund. And I'm always used to buying just like the lightest shade of foundation, but this one is just a little too light. I might use it on like the highlighting spots on my face. So I asked to exchange it so they could reuse the packaging for the next darkest shade, and they just said, well, just give us your previous order number and we'll send you the other shades no cost. So I thought that was really cool. So yeah, I do just want to highlight how really minimal. There's no writing on the bottle. There's just a sticker on the bottom. This is the foundation, and the cap screws open to like a little dropper. So this is the foundation bottle. It is awesome. I actually love how this applies. So the shade that I got first is the lightest shade. It is Porcelain, and I asked them to exchange, but I received for free the shade 2 Pink Petal Light. So this is like a more pink undertone, and I don't know if I'm gonna have to like be really finicky about this or what, but what I'm going to do is just start dropping it on my face. So what I like to do is touch it to my skin and squeeze the bottle just to get a little bit out of here. And then what I'm going to do is grab my foundation brush and just take it and tap it. Okay, so already I'm seeing that this is kind of appearing a little bit orange on my skin, but again, it's called Unfoundation Glow Tint, so it's more of a skin tint. So again, like the concealer with my foundation brush, I'm really just stippling this into the skin. And you might see like some red spots on my skin shining through, and recently I haven't really been minding that just because it does make my skin look a little less makeup-y and a little bit more natural. So I've been appreciating that, and it actually looks like on camera this looks a little bit lighter than my chest, but in real life this is a pretty good match. And we are going to be warming up the face with a little bit of bronzer in a little bit, so I am happy with this. I'm really happy with this. Alright, so on my pretty fair skin, I did want to do some swatches of the foundation for you guys in case you are curious, as I'm pretty fair skin. So I wanted to show you guys how this looked on my fair skin tone. So this is the shade 1 Porcelain. I'm only going to do a little bit of this. So that's what it looks like, and you could see as I'm rubbing it out, it kind of gives you like a sheerer glow, but you can kind of see like it does give a little bit of white cast, so I would recommend this if you are like the fairest of fair skinned. And then here is Pink Petal Light, which is the next darkest shade, and that looks a little bit more natural for my skin tone. Oh yeah, that looks really good. It's not even, it looks really scary, like scarily pink in the bottle, but when applied, it's not really that scary. Okay, so now that we're done with foundation, I want to go in with some bronzer. So Undone Beauty has 2 bronzing sticks, and these are really cool. So they have 2 shades, Baked and Blast. So originally I had bought Baked because it looks lighter, and I thought I'm fair skinned, so I really need to just get the lighter shade, and I didn't read what the undertones were stupidly. And Blast is more of like a warm red undertone, so you can see it's super buildable, and it does feel like you're just rubbing water on yourself. It actually feels like the Milk Makeup cooling water stick, if you guys have ever used that. But you can see this is like straight up orange, and some people are into that. But I asked, I was like, hey, I didn't realize how red this would be. Can I exchange it for the cooler bronzer? And they were like, you know, let me just send you whatever. Just same as the foundation. So there, I commend their customer service on that a lot. I appreciate it. So this is the shade Baked, and I have not swatched this yet, but it is like a cooler bronzer. So let's rub that in. Yeah, so you can see that is a lot less red and a lot cooler. I like that. I like that a lot more. It also smells really good. Just saying. So what I'm going to do is just start lightly tapping this on the areas where I really want the bronzer to be saturated. So you can see it doesn't really look like much is being applied. And you can always build But what I like to do is take these 3 fingers. I don't hold my fingers together, but I just like tap it in. And this really nice sculpt to my face that I love. It makes me look like I'm not wearing any makeup just with that little stroke. I can appreciate that so much. You can see that a little bit of the foundation rubbed off, but that's fine. I don't mind that. But if you do mind, then what you can do, hold on, let me apply this side. If you do mind that, and what I'm going to do with my nose is just like rub it on the tip of my finger and just dab it in. So I do like to contour, bronze up my nose just so it doesn't look so flat. So I'm going to lift up my glasses and tap it in there, and you could see on that side it just added a little bit more definition without looking insane. Like, this stuff looks awesome, and it's super affordable. Like I said, I believe it was $8, and you really don't need a lot. It doesn't even look like I've put a dent into this, which I love. So what I'm gonna do now is kind of get up into my hairline. You know, I've recently put on some pounds and I've lost the definition of my jawline, so I'm just gonna go under my jaw here. You can see right here, just because when I sit normally I'm not like this. My jaw doesn't look like that naturally, so I'm just going to like literally slap it in and carry it forward just like that. You can see that it looks natural, looks really nice. I really like how that applied. All right, and I actually don't have a cheek, like a blush product from Undone Beauty, but I do have Milk Makeup sent me their new glow oils, the lip and cheek glow oils in the shade Glimmer. So I'm going to apply this and I'll be right back. All right, so now that I have probably added too much glowy blush to my face, we are going to move on actually to powder. Yeah, I think we're on powder now. So Undone Beauty does not make a face powder, so I'm just gonna go in with my Hourglass powder and set the probably like just the main points of my face that get a little dry throughout the day. What I'm not gonna do is bake, because that would just make me look like a cakey mess, and powdering after you do your liquid blush and bronzer can actually dull the intensity of it. So if you go a little hard with the bronzer or the blush, you can tone it down with some powder. And I'm just using the translucent powder from Hourglass. And I just want to let you, like, remind you guys, I am a normal person. I pay for all of my makeup, most of my makeup. This was totally weird that Milk Makeup sent me their new glow oil. They only sent me one shade, which was Glimmer. I'm pretty sure it was just like a, let's pick a fan out of the comments or multiple fans and send them our glow oil for fun. So that did happen to me, which was very cool, but that never happens to me. And I purchased everything from Undone Beauty you are seeing here. And you know, this is not sponsored in any way, or, you know, I'm not really biased toward the brand or not. They haven't like featured any of my looks on their page or anything. So these are just my unfiltered thoughts about Undone Beauty. All right, next, I guess it's time for eyes. Actually, do you mind if I do my brows? Undone Beauty does not have brow products. So I'm gonna do my brows off camera and I will be back. All right guys, so my brows are all done and I'm ready to move on to eyes. So the eyeshadow palette that I have from Undone Beauty is their Soulcollector Palette. So I just want to highlight that this was in my opinion, this was the most natural palette that they had to offer, even though it does get pretty, oh, I'm so sorry, I think I have like hair in my eye or something. Okay, back to business. I did get the eyeshadow palette in Soul, so I am going to show you guys how cool this is. So you could see, similar to the concealer palette, that a lot, like all of these pans, except it's split down the middle, you can see that most of these pans actually run into each other, which makes mixing so nice and so easy. You can see I mix these three, sometimes these two only, for just like a lid highlight. I absolutely love doing that, but I don't know if you can tell, but these trays are removable. So if you get the other palettes and you really just want to travel with two of these little pans in here, you could totally mix and match the palettes however you see fit. I really love these palettes, and not every single shade is metallic. So everything from here to here is metallic, but the white and black are not metallic, which I thought was really cool and really smart. So what I'm gonna do first, bring me back to focus, is take this with my finger and just use it as like a really nice brow bone highlight. So I'm gonna lift up my eyebrows and just highlight my brow bone with this satiny shade. It's not like a shimmery or glittery shade, but yeah. And as you can tell, yes, I do have doing makeup with my glasses on hacks because I am actually legally blind without my glasses. Alright, so next what I'm going to do is just go all over my lid with a mixture of these three colors here. I'm going to focus more on these two lighter shades near my lash line, just like on my, you know, on my actual eyelid. So you can see that covered up almost all of my dark purpliness that I have on my lid right now for some reason. I've just been loving like the no eye base look with just like glitter, not glitter, but like shimmer for that like wet look. I've been living and dying for that recently. So once that is all in there, you could probably barely see it. But what I'm going to do is mix this kind of darker shade with this darker purpley shade. You can see that kind of made like a little indent in there. But that's the cool thing about having like these really long pans that all run together. You can kind of just do whatever you want. I really love that. So I'm going to focus this in my crease, and I'm just going to rub windshield wiper motions back and forth and then into my outer V. I'm really not looking for like a precise application, especially because I wear glasses. People aren't really going to be focusing on my eyeshadow, and especially if my makeup looks a little bit more natural, I don't want my eye look to look like super crisp and fancy. You know, I'm going for like a no makeup look, or a less makeup look right now. So this is pretty much what I do with my eyes. Sometimes I will, sometimes I will go in with like one of these darker shades with a brush, and then do like underneath. So like down here. Oh Jesus, down here under my eyelashes. Just like pulling it into like the center, just so it doesn't look as bare. So you can see this side looks just a little more, I don't know, it just gives it a little bit of oomph. This side does not have that, this side does. And this is especially helpful if your mascara rubs during the day. Just having like this little pop of darkness right down here under your bottom lashes, and just bring it to the halfway point. It doesn't have to be super precise or crazy. Like I said previously, people aren't really going to be focusing on that. Just as long as something is there, it will look a little bit more, you know, like normal, I guess. All right, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to swatch it on the back of my hand because I haven't done this yet. I'm going to go in to the black, and I might mix it with this like dark mauve purple, and do like a little bit of liner because I don't want to take a liquid eyeliner. I'm not looking for like that really sharp, precise look right now. So what I'm gonna do, let me just tap in. I'm using, I don't know what brand this is. Oh, it has a B on the brush, but it is a flat eyeliner brush, number 28, and I don't know the brand, so it is a flat eyeliner brush. But what I'm gonna do is just draw this precise line, and you can see this isn't giving me like really harsh eyeliner vibes. So let's get that purple and see what happens on top of it. It doesn't really do much. Here, let me just try taking the black. It actually gives me a little bit of fallout too, so I'm gonna like just tap on the palette. I am going to take my glasses off for this just because I want to get really precise in there, in here. And what I'm gonna do is look down like this so I can get as close to my lash line as possible. And when I'm talking, it's fogging up this mirror, so excuse me while I don't talk while I do this. I'm kind of doing like a stippling, not a stabbing motion, but it's kind of a stabbing motion. Okay, cool. So that is done on both eyes. And I want to let you guys know Undone Beauty does have a mascara. However, it was like something, I don't know. I wanted to try it, but I couldn't like justify paying more money for another mascara when I already have so many mascaras. It was like it had like little tiny pieces of like reflect or glitter in it. I don't know if that was supposed to like highlight your lashes or something like that, but I did not end up buying it, so I don't have it today. But what I'm gonna use is the Ysl Shock Mascara. I've really been liking it recently. I just have a little trial size, but I'm gonna pop back off camera. I know this is kind of annoying, right? Do my lashes and then come back and we'll move on to lips. Alright guys, so I pretty much used an eyelash curler on my lashes, and most of that black shadow kind of just turned into like a gray shadow after that. So if you are going to use the black shadow as eyeliner, I would suggest using a wet brush. I wasn't really thinking when I was applying it, but I'm sure it would have a lot more staying power if you used it with a wet brush. So that's just what I'm going to tell you, but I actually don't think this turned out terribly. Let me turn off my beauty lights. I think my lashes look really pretty. I think this look looks really pretty. Of course, we're not done yet. However, we're gonna move on to lips, and I'm so excited. All right, so before I show you these lipsticks that I bought from Undone, I'm just going to lightly line the top of my lips and the bottom of my lips. So I'm taking an Essence Soft Contouring Lip Liner. It was $1. And lip liners are pretty much all the same to me, so... But yeah, I don't know. Have you guys noticed, just with age, I've been really losing the definition of my lips, and it's so weird. I really don't like it at all. I hate it, actually. But yeah, just doing the light lining, I feel like really helps, especially because the lip products that I have are called Light on Lip. So I have the shades Chi-Town and Gosh Garnet. So Gosh Garnet was the shade that I had originally purchased, or I purchased first. Let's do it down here. It just looked like it would match my skin tone and be like a nice nude for me, so I went with this first. Let's see. You can see it really is just like a nice tinted lipstick. This does have a little bit of shimmer in it, just a little reflex. It really doesn't look super metallic on. You can see here, let me do like a close little zoom up for you. Hello. Okay, you can see it's a little reflective, but not to the point where it's totally metallic, and it actually looks kind of like a lip gloss without all of the side effects of a lip gloss, like chunkiness or like stickiness, you know, like gloss. Oh my god, I can't even talk. So this is the next light on lip product that I have. It is in the shade Chi-Town. It is just a little bit more warmer, browner even, just a little bit more orange. I wanted to try that. So the Gosh Garnet is like a little bit pinkier, and the Chi-Town, ooh, Chi-Town actually looks a lot more glittery than the Gosh Garnet, but it looks like a really nice, just like warm nude. So I'm gonna try that since my lip liner was just a little bit on the pink side. Let's do this here. I'll zoom you guys in so you can see. So you can see as I am applying, it does look pretty reflective. Oh, I really like that. Oh, and it goes nice with my shirt. Oh, I love that. But you can see like my lips do look very reflective and kind of glossy, but without it being like a true gloss. I really do like this product. It actually feels kind of hydrating, even though I don't think it's supposed to be hydrating, and you can feel just a little bit of the glitter particles. You can feel it, but that's almost, I don't know, I almost kind of like that because it's a little bit exfoliating. For those of us with dry skin, you know what I'm talking about. I would probably top it off with another gloss or wear it over top of a like more matte lipstick, I guess. I don't know. I also do like it by itself for those natural makeup days. Gosh Garnet is more of a nudie nude for me. This is actually going into scarlet territory for me. I don't know, this is my shirt. A little bit more orange. Yeah, it's okay. I would recommend using like a lip scrub before applying this. just so you have less texture, you know what I'm saying? All right, so I realized I don't have a highlighter from Undone Beauty either, so I'm very sorry about that. But I have this awesome product that I want to show you guys. I recently purchased these Makeup Revolution, they're like highlighting drops. I love them. First I bought Rose Gold, way too dark, like so dark. And then I bought Starlight and Champagne. Champagne, the glass bottle got crushed, so unfortunately I don't have that. But what I like to do with the Starlight color is just kind of like tap it into where my highlighter would lay right there, and then spread it around and diffuse it with my middle finger. You can also do your ring finger just because you will apply less pressure. But Starlight is a really nice shade. It's not picking up any of the product underneath, and it's just giving me like a nice light glow, which I can appreciate. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the tip of my nose, just like a nice little glow. The only thing is it does smell a little chemically, just a little bit. But otherwise I really like it. It is giving me like a really nice glow. So the reason I'm even bringing this up is because I bought this contoured brush from Undone Beauty. Oh my gosh, so this packaging is so pretty. But this is just like a nice contoured face and body brush, and I love the hairs feel so soft. I can't even tell you, is it? So I forgot to mention this whole time, this brand is vegan and cruelty free, so this is a nice little vegan brush. But the hairs are so soft and so nice. But what I wanted to do was I tried applying these highlighting drops to my body with my hands, and it got all over my hands. I know, surprise, surprise, right? I just can't think with my brain sometimes. But what I'm gonna do is drop just a little bit of this on my shoulder and use the Undone Beauty brush to kind of buff it out and buff it in. That's a highlighter, and it is applying pretty seamlessly. I am catching some of my fingers on it, and it's giving me like a little bit of glitter on my fingers. But let's do it on our collarbones. Yeah, let's do our collarbones and our other shoulder. I'll be right back. I don't think I would wear this every day. And when you apply it with the brush rather than your fingertips, the chemical smell does go away a little bit, but that is really pretty. Oh, I really like that. Here, just smudge it on everywhere. Let's just run through these products and I can tell you my thoughts on each one of them. I know I've really been just talking nonstop. So the first product we went in with was the Conceal to Reveal 3-in-1 Concealer Palette. This is probably one of my least favorite products just because I like being sanitary, and I understand you can dip a brush into this and you don't have to dip your fingers into it, but I just find that it is a really big breeding ground for bacteria, especially because it is liquid and hair can stick to it and all this crap can stick to it. I already have some gunk in here, and I just feel like it applies best with fingers rather than a brush, just with the initial dab on application like I said previously. And I can't recommend a product that is like that unless that is how you apply your makeup every day, just with your fingers. So if you do that, let me look up the prices. That would probably be really smart. Another thought I have about this before I get the price is that it is a lot of product. It's so much product. It's $10. For this much concealer, you kind of can't beat it. It is 0.323 ounces or 9.15 grams. So this pan is pretty deep and it's pretty big. You see it's like the size of my hand. I did travel with this, and obviously because it's not powder, it did not break or anything, and I just love this frosted packaging, the minimal packaging. I really enjoy that. This just is not my favorite from the brand, unfortunately. Okay, so next we went in with the Unfoundation Sheer Coverage Glow Tint. So this is $14. However, I should mention too, Undone Beauty does have a first purchase coupon. This is not a coupon from me. It's not an affiliate link. It's nothing at all, where you could get 20% off your first order. So that's where I got $12, $10 for this foundation. It comes with a lot of product. It is over 1 ounce. It is 1.13 ounces, and you can see I barely used any on my face during my application. And if you don't get the correct shade, they will send you a different shade for free. I really appreciate that customer service aspect, and I really love these minimal bottles. I actually feel like if I could get the dropper part off, it looks like you can remove it and put it back on. I could refill this bottle with like a serum that is in a glass bottle originally, and just have like a nicer way of traveling with non-glass bottles or putting hair products in here. I just feel like these are really awesome reusable containers, and I commend Undone Beauty for going that route and using, you know, like recyclable packaging. I really like that. As for, you know, using this with a sponge, I really do not recommend it. I recommend using your fingers or a brush, just because the coverage can be amplified with a brush, and your fingers don't soak up product like a sponge does, unfortunately. But let me know if you've used this with a sponge and if you like it. I just personally like applying it with my IT Cosmetics brush. I think the finish with this brush is absolutely beautiful. I love it, and it did give me that little extra coverage that I was looking for. But yeah, normally this foundation is $14, and this will probably last you forever, so I think that is a great price. All right, and after foundation, we went in with the water bronzers. So this is actually a new product from Undone Beauty. They have 2 shades, like I said previously, one that's a little bit red toned, which is Blast, and one that is a little bit cooler toned, which is Baked. So these are awesome, just little tiny sticks, super easy to travel with. I really love them, and they are $10 each. Yeah, so if you use that initial 20% off coupon, they are $8 each, and if you get a shade, you decide you don't like it, you can ask them to send you a different shade or ask them to exchange. I'm not sure if they will take the packaging back to recycle it or what, but I can really appreciate that they're giving you a bronzing stick for $10. I think that is a fantastic price, where, you know, other brands are charging upwards of like $20 or $30 for something like this. I think it's super affordable, and I love the bronzer. The bronzer is actually probably my favorite product next to the eyeshadow palette. I just really love those products, and I think they're super affordable and awesome. So next, what did we do? Oh, we went in with the Milk Makeup Glow Oil, which fantastic, but is not Undone Beauty. And then we did powder. And then we did eyes with the eyeshadow palette. So this is the eyeshadow palette in Soul, and I can distinctly remember that each of the eyeshadow palettes, they have 3 of them, were $10 each. But let me confirm. $14 each. Oh, I lied. So the Curator Wet to Dry eye palettes are $14 each. They come with 10 shades, really big pans, by the way, and you can pop out each half and replace it with a different palette's pan. This one is in Soul, which I thought was the most natural looking palette. However, they do have like really colorful color palettes, like the shade Smoke is like really colorful, but I like that you can use these wet or dry, and they have a ton of pigment in them. I really love this. I love how small it is too. Like, I like how big the concealer is, but I can appreciate how big these pans are in here, and they really did minimal packaging, so, you know, you get an affordable price, but you also get, I don't know, it doesn't take up a lot of space. I just recently traveled with this, and I really like traveling with it. I just think it's perfect for every day, just like swipe, done with my eyeshadow. And I do like how it has the matte black and the matte, it looks like a little bit of lavender, like a white lavender, but I do really like this, and I recommend this. If you were to get any product, just one product from this brand, I would probably recommend you get the bronzer, but if you don't like using like cream bronzers or liquid bronzers, this eyeshadow palette is everything. Alright, so the second to last products we used from Undone Beauty are the Light on Lip. They actually have a new hydrating lip balm / gloss product that has like a little bit of a, how do I say this, like a textured applicator, so you can use it to scrub off dead skin. It actually, based on the pictures that I saw online, I found that it probably wouldn't give me the coverage that I was looking for. So I decided to stick with the light on lip. These are like reflective lip balms. It feels like light, like a lip balm, and it's called light on lip, but it wears like a gloss, I would say, without the negative side effects of a gloss, like I said. So I had the shades Gosh Garnet and Chai Town. I am wearing Chai Town right now. It's pretty comfortable after wearing it for a while, but you do get those little specks of glitter. And when I rub my lips together really hard like this, I do feel those, but otherwise I'm not really paying attention and I'm not feeling those little specks. Like, it's not drying out my lips. It actually feels kind of hydrating. And I do like these. Let me get the price. All right, so these light on lips are $8 each, which, fantastic. Sign me up. Love that. How much do we get in each bottle? Let me see. Or in each tube, I should say. Okay, so you get a lot of product like that. I could get down with that. Just saying. All right, and the most expensive item that I bought was this brush, the Face and Body Contouring Brush. I believe this was $18. Yes, this is $18. It is really nice to hold though, and it is vegan. So these brushes, even though it's vegan, it feels like super soft. I don't think I've ever had this soft of a vegan brush before. I can appreciate that. I think it applied my body glitter, my body highlight so beautifully. I have not tried, they have a face brush and they have an eye brush, but I have not tried either of those. Obviously this would be discounted with the 20% off welcome coupon, but I don't know if I could justify it. It was like something bougie that I just wanted to treat myself with, but it's definitely not an essential. It's just if you use like body glitters or body highlighters and you end up having glitter like all over your hands. I know the new Huda Beauty, I think it's like Nymph body glitters, they stain your hands really badly. So if you were to apply that all over your face before makeup application, or if you were to apply it on your legs or your body, I would definitely recommend getting a brush. And this is on the cheaper side. I think Huda is selling a body brush for it, and I'm pretty sure it's like close to $30 or $40, and I just think that's really crazy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my Undone Beauty review. And I'm so sorry that this video is so long. I just wanted to give you guys all the information and all the details that I could and show you guys how this wears on my face. So I do find that the foundation and concealer acted really well with the Hourglass powder. I love when different brands can, you know, their products work really well together. My face does not look cakey. It actually still looks pretty dewy and satiny, which I love. I will go set it with a light setting spray, just like nothing crazy. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I will be posting more soon, I promise. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.